Arthur Schopenhauer, one of the most provocative and misunderstood philosophers of all time, held a view so radical it continues to shock thinkers even today. He believed that intelligence, far from being a blessing, carries with it hidden dangers that few understand. These dangers, Schopenhauer argued, can rob us of peace, happiness, and even the ability to truly enjoy life. Today we'll explore his hidden secret about intelligence, what he saw, why it matters, and how it could forever change the way you view your own mind and the world around you. Schopenhauer was a man deeply acquainted with the struggles of life. Born in 1788, his philosophy was profoundly shaped by a world filled with suffering, uncertainty, and disillusionment. While his contemporaries were focused on grand ideals of progress and reason, Schopenhauer chose to look into the shadows of the human condition. He wasn't interested in flattering us with comforting lies about human potential. Instead, he exposed uncomfortable truths, and one of his most striking revelations was about the cost of intelligence. To Schopenhauer, intelligence was not merely the ability to solve problems or accumulate knowledge. It was a double-edged sword, a tool that could elevate us to great heights, but also plunge us into the depths of despair. He believed that the more intelligent a person was, the more acutely they experienced life's suffering. Think about it. Have you ever felt that the more you understood the world, the more alienated or disillusioned you became? That's exactly what Schopenhauer meant. Here's the paradox he revealed. Intelligence heightens our awareness, but it also amplifies our sensitivity to pain and imperfection. The brighter the light of our understanding, the darker the shadows it casts. An intelligent mind, according to Schopenhauer, sees through illusions, the comforting lies we tell ourselves to make life bearable. It sees the futility of chasing endless desires, the transient nature of success, and the inevitability of loss. While this awareness can lead to profound insights, it can also leave us feeling isolated, overwhelmed, and detached. Schopenhauer's insights resonate deeply with the concept of existential dread, a term later popularized by thinkers like Søren Kierkegaard and Jean-Paul Sartre. The more we understand the universe and our place within it, the more we are confronted by its indifference. This is a burden that the highly intelligent bear more intensely than others. Schopenhauer argued that this heightened awareness could even erode our ability to find joy in simple pleasures. A less intelligent person might find contentment in mundane routines or shallow pursuits, but an intelligent individual often sees through these distractions, rendering them hollow and unsatisfying. Does this mean intelligence is inherently bad? Not exactly. Schopenhauer recognized its value, but urged us to see it for what it truly is: a tool, not a solution. He believed that many intelligent people fall into the trap of over-relying on their intellect to navigate life, hoping it will lead them to happiness. But happiness, he argued, is not a product of knowledge or reasoning. It is rooted in something much simpler and paradoxically less cerebral: peace of mind. Consider this. How often have you been consumed by overthinking? How many sleepless nights have you spent replaying scenarios in your mind, analyzing, second-guessing, trying to find answers to unanswerable questions? Schopenhauer would say this is the curse of intelligence, a restless mind that cannot stop searching, even when there is nothing to find. At this point, you might be asking yourself, if intelligence is such a double-edged sword, what can we do about it? Should we suppress our curiosity, turn away from seeking knowledge, or strive to become less aware? Schopenhauer's answer was surprisingly practical. While he didn't suggest abandoning intelligence, he emphasized the importance of managing its effects. He believed that cultivating tranquility, a state of inner calm and detachment, was the antidote to the turmoil caused by an overactive mind. Tranquility, according to Schopenhauer, requires us to accept certain truths about life. First, we must acknowledge that suffering is an inevitable part of the human experience. Instead of resisting it or trying to outthink it, we should learn to coexist with it. Second, we must recognize the limits of our understanding. No matter how intelligent we are, there will always be mysteries we cannot solve and questions we cannot answer. Accepting this can free us from the exhausting pursuit of certainty. Finally, Schopenhauer urged us to seek meaning not in grand achievements or intellectual conquests, but in the simple, fleeting moments of beauty and connection that life offers. A sunset, a piece of music, a quiet conversation with a loved one. These are the treasures that even the most brilliant mind cannot improve upon. But here's the twist. Schopenhauer also believed that the ultimate form of tranquility lies in letting go of the self, the very entity that craves understanding and control. This radical idea draws from Eastern philosophies, particularly Buddhism, which influenced his thinking. By transcending the ego, Schopenhauer argued, we could free ourselves from the endless cycle of desire and suffering that intelligence so often magnifies. So, what does this mean for you? How do Schopenhauer's insights about intelligence apply to your life? Let's pause for a moment to reflect. Have you ever felt that your intelligence, or your constant drive to understand and analyze, has made you more unhappy than fulfilled? Have you ever wished you could turn off your thoughts, even just for a moment, and find peace in simply being? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a conversation worth having. And remember, we're only just beginning to uncover Schopenhauer's hidden secret about intelligence. What he revealed next might change the way you view not only your mind, but your entire existence. Now let's delve deeper into Schopenhauer's perspective and uncover why he believed intelligence often leads to a profound sense of isolation. To understand this, we must examine a key principle of his philosophy, the will to live. For Schopenhauer, the will to live is the fundamental force driving all existence. It's an insatiable, blind impulse that compels every living being to survive, reproduce, and strive, even in the face of inevitable suffering. This will is irrational, relentless, and most importantly, indifferent to the happiness or well-being of the individual. We are all, in Schopenhauer's words, slaves to the will, caught in an endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. Here's where intelligence comes into play. A less intelligent person might live in harmony with the will, pursuing desires without questioning their deeper meaning or purpose. But for the highly intelligent, the story is very different. Their heightened awareness allows them to see through the illusions of the will, to recognize the futility of chasing one desire after another, only to be left unfulfilled. This clarity, however, comes at a cost. It creates a disconnection between the intelligent individual and the rest of humanity. After all, how can you relate to those who are content with superficial pursuits when you see life's deeper, darker truths? This disconnect can make the intelligent person feel like an outsider, an observer, rather than a participant in the human experience. They are burdened by insights that most people never confront, insights that reveal the absurdity and transience of existence. But here's the paradox. Schopenhauer believed that this same intelligence, which isolates and burdens us, also holds the key to transcending the will. How? Through the power of art and contemplation. Art, according to Schopenhauer, offers a unique escape from the suffering of the will. When we engage with art, whether it's music, literature, or visual beauty, we enter a state of pure perception. In these moments, we are no longer consumed by desires or the incessant demands of the will. Instead, we experience a rare kind of freedom, where we can simply observe and appreciate life without the weight of striving. Take music, for example, which Schopenhauer considered the highest form of art. He described it as a direct expression of the will, capable of transcending language and intellect. Unlike other art forms that represent aspects of the world, music speaks to something deeper. It resonates with our innermost being, offering a glimpse of solace in an otherwise turbulent existence. This idea might resonate with you. Think about a time when you were moved by a piece of music, a painting, or a powerful story. For those brief moments, the chaos of life seemed to fade away, and you felt connected to something greater, something timeless. Schopenhauer believed that these moments are not just fleeting pleasures, but profound opportunities to step outside the cycle of suffering and glimpse a higher truth. But there's more. Schopenhauer argued that intelligence could also be used to cultivate a state of detachment he called quieting the will. This involves stepping back from the constant striving and desires that dominate our lives, and instead embracing a perspective of acceptance and tranquility. By quieting the will, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. This is easier said than done, of course. In a world that glorifies ambition, success, and the relentless pursuit of goals, the idea of stepping back can feel almost sacrilegious. But Schopenhauer's wisdom reminds us that true fulfillment doesn't come from achieving more or knowing more. It comes from letting go of desires, of expectations, and even of the need to constantly make sense of everything. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the pressure to achieve, to keep climbing higher, to always be better? What if the solution isn't to do more, but to do less? What if the key to happiness lies not in adding to your life, but in simplifying it? Think about that for a moment and feel free to share your thoughts below. As we continue, we'll explore Schopenhauer's connection to other great thinkers and how his ideas on intelligence have influenced modern psychology and philosophy. There's a reason his work has endured for centuries. It speaks to the universal struggles of the human condition and offers a path to peace that is as relevant today as it was in his time. And here's the most fascinating part. While Schopenhauer's ideas can feel heavy, even pessimistic, they ultimately point to a profound sense of liberation. By understanding the hidden costs of intelligence and learning to quiet the will, we can achieve a state of clarity and serenity that few ever experience. But how can we apply these lessons in our daily lives? What practical steps can we take to embrace Schopenhauer's wisdom and transform our relationship with intelligence? Stay with me, because what comes next might be the most important revelation of all. Let's now dive into the practical applications of Schopenhauer's wisdom and how his ideas about intelligence and the will can transform your daily life. If you've ever felt trapped by your thoughts or overwhelmed by the weight of your own mind, this is where his teachings can become a source of guidance and empowerment. Schopenhauer believed that the first step toward liberation is awareness. Recognizing the patterns of the will and how they manifest in our lives is crucial. Most of us spend our days chasing desires, wealth, status, recognition, believing that achieving these goals will bring lasting happiness. Yet, as Schopenhauer pointed out, even when we achieve what we want, the satisfaction is fleeting. The mind quickly moves on to the next desire, trapping us in an endless loop. To break free, Schopenhauer suggested a radical shift in perspective. Instead of pursuing external goals, turn inward. Begin to observe your desires without judgment. Ask yourself, why do I want this? What do I hope it will bring me? Often you'll find that the things you chase are rooted in societal expectations or fleeting impulses, not genuine needs. This simple act of introspection can help you detach from the relentless pull of the will. But awareness alone isn't enough. Schopenhauer also emphasized the importance of cultivating mindful detachment. This doesn't mean becoming indifferent to life, but rather learning to engage with the world without being consumed by it. One way to practice this is through meditation or quiet reflection. By sitting in stillness and observing your thoughts, you can create a sense of space between yourself and the constant chatter of your mind. Over time, this practice can help you develop a calm, centered perspective, even in the midst of life's challenges. Another practical tool Schopenhauer advocated is the pursuit of intellectual and artistic nourishment. Remember, he believed that art and philosophy have the power to elevate us beyond the suffering of the will. Engaging with great works of literature, music, or philosophy isn't just a form of escapism. It's a way to connect with deeper truths about existence. When you immerse yourself in a powerful symphony or lose yourself in a profound book, you're experiencing a rare moment of transcendence, a chance to step outside the chaos of daily life and touch something eternal. Schopenhauer's insights also have profound implications for how we relate to others. One of the hidden costs of intelligence, as we've discussed, is the feeling of isolation. Highly intelligent individuals often struggle to connect with those around them, feeling misunderstood or out of place. Schopenhauer's answer to this dilemma was simple yet profound: cultivate compassion. He argued that recognizing the shared suffering of all beings is the key to genuine connection. When we see others not as competitors or obstacles, but as fellow travelers on the same difficult journey, our perspective shifts. This doesn't mean suppressing your intelligence or lowering your standards, but rather using your understanding to bridge gaps, foster empathy, and create meaningful relationships. Now, let's talk about one of Schopenhauer's most controversial ideas: renunciation. He believed that the ultimate path to liberation lies in letting go, not just of desires, but of the ego itself. This concept is deeply influenced by Buddhist philosophy, which Schopenhauer admired. The ego, with its constant need for validation, achievement, and control, is the primary source of our suffering. By loosening its grip, we can find a deeper sense of peace. Of course, renunciation doesn't mean abandoning life or withdrawing from the world entirely. It's about approaching life with a sense of detachment and humility. Instead of clinging to what we want or resisting what we fear. We learn to accept things as they are. This acceptance, Schopenhauer argued, is the highest form of wisdom and the key to true freedom. Let me ask you something. How often do you find yourself caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past? How much of your mental energy is spent trying to control things that are ultimately beyond your control? Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to let go of that struggle, to stop fighting against life and simply allow yourself to be. That's the kind of peace Schopenhauer is pointing us toward. But here's the most fascinating part. While Schopenhauer's philosophy is often seen as pessimistic, it's actually incredibly empowering. By confronting life's harsh truths and embracing them, we can find a deeper, more authentic kind of happiness, one that isn't dependent on external circumstances or fleeting pleasures. It's a happiness rooted in understanding, acceptance, and the quieting of the will. As we approach the conclusion of this journey, it's time to reflect on the ultimate question. What does it mean to live a truly intelligent life? Schopenhauer's answer might surprise you. True intelligence, he believed, isn't about accumulating knowledge or solving problems. It's about wisdom. It's about understanding the nature of existence, embracing its complexities, and finding peace within them. So as we wrap up this exploration of Schopenhauer's hidden secret about intelligence, I want to leave you with this thought. Intelligence is a gift, yes, but it's also a responsibility. How you choose to use it, whether to chase fleeting goals or to cultivate lasting wisdom, will shape the course of your life. If this resonates with you, take a moment to share your reflections in the comments. What do you think of Schopenhauer's ideas? Have you experienced the burdens or blessings of intelligence in your own life? Let's continue this conversation, because these are the kinds of questions that have the power to change how we see ourselves and the world. And remember, as Schopenhauer himself taught us, sometimes the greatest truths are found not in what we achieve, but in what we learn to let go of. Now let us piece together the wisdom we've uncovered and explore how Schopenhauer's insights can transform our perception of intelligence and, ultimately, our lives. Schopenhauer's philosophy reveals a stark but liberating truth. The pursuit of knowledge and understanding, while noble, does not necessarily lead to happiness. Instead, it opens the door to a deeper awareness of life's inherent struggles. But this awareness, paradoxically, is also a gateway to transcendence. To truly embody Schopenhauer's teachings, we must embrace the following principles. 1. Acceptance of life's duality. Schopenhauer taught that life is a balance of light and shadow, joy and suffering. To live wisely, we must accept this duality rather than resist it. Every moment of joy carries the potential for loss, and every sorrow holds the seed of growth. By accepting this, we can approach life with a sense of balance and equanimity. This acceptance doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. Instead, it means engaging with life fully, but without illusions. When you stop expecting life to be a constant stream of happiness, you free yourself from unnecessary disappointment. You learn to savor the moments of peace and beauty, knowing they are precious precisely because they are fleeting. 2. The art of detachment. Detachment is a recurring theme in Schopenhauer's philosophy. He believed that much of our suffering comes from clinging to desires, relationships, ambitions, and even identities. Detachment doesn't mean abandoning these things, but rather learning to engage with them without letting them define us. Think of it as holding a butterfly in your hand. If you grip it too tightly, you crush it. But if you hold it lightly, you can appreciate its beauty without causing harm. This is the essence of detachment, learning to appreciate life without becoming enslaved by it. 3. The pursuit of higher meaning. For Schopenhauer, art, philosophy, and self-reflection were not just intellectual pursuits. They were essential tools for navigating life's challenges. These activities allow us to step outside the ceaseless demands of the will and connect with something greater than ourselves. When you immerse yourself in a symphony, lose yourself in a great novel, or engage in deep contemplation, you are not escaping life, but enriching it. You are touching the timeless, the universal, the sublime, and in those moments, you transcend the limitations of your individual existence. 4. Compassion as the ultimate connection. One of Schopenhauer's most profound insights was the power of compassion. In recognizing the shared struggles of all beings, we open ourselves to a deeper connection with the world. Compassion allows us to see beyond the boundaries of our own experience and extend kindness and understanding to others. This doesn't just benefit those around us, it transforms us. When we act with compassion, we break free from the isolation that intelligence can sometimes bring. We become part of a larger whole, contributing to a world that is a little less harsh, a little more humane. 5. Quieting the mind and the will. The ultimate goal of Schopenhauer's philosophy is not to escape life, but to find peace within it. This peace comes from quieting the endless desires of the will and cultivating a state of inner calm. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, or simply spending time in nature can help you achieve this. Imagine sitting by a still lake, watching the water reflect the sky. In that moment, your mind is quiet, your heart is light, and the world feels whole. That is the kind of peace Schopenhauer believed we could all experience if we learn to quiet the will. As we conclude this journey into Schopenhauer's hidden secret about intelligence, let's revisit the question we began with. Is intelligence a gift or a burden? The answer, as we've seen, is both. Intelligence can isolate us, burden us, and reveal uncomfortable truths about life. But it can also elevate us, liberate us, and connect us to the profound beauty and mystery of existence. The choice is ours. We can let our intelligence become a source of suffering, or we can use it as a tool for growth, compassion, and transcendence. Schopenhauer's teachings remind us that true wisdom lies not in escaping life, but in embracing it fully, with all its contradictions. So as you move forward, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How will you use your intelligence, not just to understand the world, but to transform it? How will you quiet the will and cultivate a sense of peace and purpose? And most importantly, how will you connect with others, not despite your intelligence, but because of it? If these ideas resonate with you, let's continue the conversation. Share your thoughts, your questions, and your own experiences with intelligence and self-discovery. Together, we can explore the deeper truths that make life not just bearable, but meaningful. Remember, as Schopenhauer taught us, the greatest insights often come from embracing the paradoxes of existence. Intelligence is not just a burden, it's also a beacon lighting the way to a deeper, more authentic life. Thanks for looking.